guys, welcome to this week's Kids at the Library video. So this week we are going to be making leaf presses with air dry clay. So air dry clay is just a special kind of clay that dries really quickly when left out into the open air. So when you guys come to the library to pick up your kits, you should have gotten just a bag of clay. There's just a big hunk of clay in there. On the outside I have two pieces of paper. So the first is just some science behind why leaves change color in the fall, and then also how to do this project. And then on the second sheet I actually have a recipe for salt dough for you guys. So salt dough is a really easy sort of Play-Doh-like substance that you guys can make at home. You guys probably have the ingredients that you need already. All you need is salt, all-purpose flour, and water. You just mix it all together and it makes, like I said, a sort of Play-Doh texture. And you can also bake it or just let it air dry like our clay for today. And then you have another way to make more leaf presses or flower presses, whatever you guys want to do with your clay. So for those of you who didn't get a kit, I would definitely recommend making the salt dough at home to continue to do this project even without the supplies from the library. I will go ahead and post everything that you'll need in the description for making the salt dough. That way you guys can just jump on it and have fun with this program. So the first thing you guys are going to need to do is I need you guys to go outside and I need you guys to go collect some leaves. Some leaves, twigs, acorns, whatever kind of reminds you of fall in nature. And then once you have all of those things, go ahead and bring them back inside. Make sure that they're all dry. They're not like full of water or mud or anything like that. And then you guys are gonna go ahead and shape your clay. So whether you have clay or salt dough, you guys are going to need to get like a hunk of whatever you're working with, and you're going to knead it. So kneading it with your hands, just kind of squishing it with your fingers, making it so that it's nice and pliable, so you guys can make it into different shapes really easily without having to struggle with it. Once you've done that, you're going to make it into a shape. So a lot of people might make it into a circle. If you guys prefer squares or triangles or rectangles, any shape is fine. That's just going to serve as your base. So once you have the shape that you want, it should only be a few centimeters thick, because if it's really thick, it's going to take a long time to dry. So make sure that it's nice and thin. Like I said, maybe 3 to 5 centimeters thick. And then think about whether or not you want to have it laying like flat on a surface or hanging in a window or on a hook or something like that. If you guys want to hang your leaf presses, you'll need to poke a hole in the top of your clay before you let it dry. Because if you try to poke a hole in it after it's dry, it's gonna break. So just take like a barbecue skewer or even like a toothpick, or even a chopstick if you have one of those around, and just poke a hole at the top of it, and then you can just, when it dries, it'll have a nice hole so you can hang it. Once you have your shape made and your hole put into the clay, if you want one, then you're going to go ahead and grab your leaves or sticks or whatever, and you're going to arrange them on the clay, just however you want it. Make a pretty design, and then once it's exactly the way you want it, you're going to just gently press the leaves and the twigs and stuff like that down into the clay with your fingers. You don't need to press really hard, just kind of gently so they stick in the clay. Once you've done that, you just need to let it sit for 2 to 3 days. I might recommend putting it on like some parchment paper or some wax paper, just to keep your counters nice and clean. The clay that is provided from the library is non-toxic, so if you guys wanted to put it on a plate, you could, but again, I would recommend like a waxy substance like parchment paper or wax paper. So that's it, you guys. Just have fun collecting your leaves and twigs. Take a walk and make it a whole excursion. And then once you guys have it made, if you guys want to share any pictures, I would love to see what you guys have put together, if you think about it. If not, that's totally fine. Next week, we are making tissue paper lanterns. So I have the kits for those. I'll have them ready this Friday, so that's going to be October 9th. So you can pick those up whenever you would like. And I'm just really excited about all of the programs I'm doing this October. I think they're all going to be really fun. I hope you guys have fun with our first one. and just enjoy nature, you guys. Have a good time, and I will see you guys next week, okay? See ya!